Hi, I'm Megan Hovey, founder and CEO of Hovey & Co., a relationship-centered accounting firm based in the heart of Kansas City, Missouri. I have been working for 10 years with business owners, helping them grow and succeed with clarity and purpose, which is very important to me. Is everything to me that we run our small businesses in a way that we're having impact and we're, having a positive impact on our team and our community around us. So join me because what we're doing here is we're creating a space for you to thrive in owning a business. A lot of times it's lonely, it's isolating, and there's not necessarily structured ways to find community. Well, let's do that here. Bring your issues, your questions, your concerns that you're dealing with in your situation, and let's talk about them and help get through because we can find fulfillment on the other side of the grind. So today we're going to talk about how do I align my team with what I'm doing in my business? That is a chronic issue for small business owners. I have seen it for 10 years, worked with small business owners that are frustrated. They're frustrated about performance. They're frustrated about turnover. They're frustrated about hiring. And I've got a few secrets, they shouldn't be secret, but I've got a few tips and tricks to help you along the way. And they're actually very inexpensive to implement. So let's talk about them. Number one, care. Pretty simple. Care about your team. When I started, one thing I did do right, did a lot wrong, but one thing I did right was I cared about my team because I knew that the only way I was going to stay somewhere long-term, if I was still a W-2 employee, the only way I was going to stay is if people cared about me and if the work I was doing was being recognized. And that is so simple, but so often I meet with business owners who are so focused, they're stressed and they're strained and they're focused on profit and they don't have any margin left to really care about their team, ask how they're doing, think of ways to affirm them and compliment them. And then they're like bitter and confused when that teammate, calls in sick or decides to go somewhere else. And I'm just going to tell you that regardless of how strained you are, you can't afford not to care because you're going to spend all your time rehiring and retraining. So number one, you have to care. Let me give you a couple examples. I've worked with someone in the healthcare profession who was very oriented around the bottom line and maximizing profit, which we all, have to be aware and focused on that. But it was to the extent that there were, she was complaining about people not spending only 15 minutes. Like you get 15 minutes with a patient, you got to keep moving. And I thought it was kind of ironic because most of us out here are complaining about the fact that we don't get more than 10 minutes with our doctor and they won't take the time to really hear what's going on with us and answer extra questions. And she had a team of people that were ready and willing to spend that time and really care about people. Here's the thing that person was missing. Long term, if you can keep that team of professionals and let them spend a little extra quality time, you're going to build something sustainable and you're going to be able to exit from that at, great multiples, and it's going to have a lot of value and it's going to be an enterprise. Short term, maybe you get a little more profit if they're spending 15 minutes instead of 22. Long term, you're building a really valuable business. And, again, you're positively impacting all the people that it affects. So on the flip side of that, my best client for team retention is in construction, which is crazy because construction has more turnover than arguably hardly any other industry. Most of them are getting is staffing help from staffing agencies. And well, Bob was here yesterday and for some reason he's not showing today. I'll go back to the staffing company. This guy did such a good job. The carpenter is still a carpenter there. The team leads are still team leads. They are more like a family than employees. And that's because the owner at the top cares a lot about those people, cares a lot about the quality of the work they do, the clients. It's in his nature to care. So then if you tell me, well, Megan, it's not my personality type to be real warm and fuzzy. To be honest, I don't care that much. I just need butts in the seat. I need the work getting done. Then I'm going to tell you, hire someone who genuinely knows how to care about people. If you want your business to scale and you want it to have sustainability and some meat on the bones, then hire someone to care because that is how us human beings are motivated. Most of us are motivated by, having that team-like culture and that affirmation and that sense of safety. And that gets into number two. So number one, care. Number two, be mission oriented. Again, we have plenty of research that shows that number one, people get more, they stay longer in positions, less because of monetary reasons and more because of the impact that they make. And so, when you're talking about wanting to keep people, even if you're just looking at ROI, if you want to keep people on your team, how do you do that? Number one, you have to care. Number two, you have to help incorporate them into the mission. What are we doing that matters? And that does not mean, saying the Pledge of Allegiance over the intercom, like, this is our mission statement. Please don't forget it. That looks like getting together as a team and talking about what are our wins? How are we winning even internally as a team? How are we winning for customers? Talk about client successes. You get to be creative in your business. Maybe every team meeting, you have one person share how a customer benefited from your product or your service. You have no idea how far creativity in these areas will take you. I once heard a speech by Daniel Pink, and one of the things he mentioned was that walks really benefit the team. Taking a walk, getting your blood flow going in the middle of the day, where you put down your phone and you're socializing with people, and you're getting outside is even better. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to incentivize my team to take team walks. No phones, better if it's outside, and people, there was a whole point system, and you get gift cards at the end of the month. If if you're getting points, you get a gift card at the end of the month. I cannot believe how much my team loved that. To this day, it's like one of the most talked about and competitive areas of our team is who's getting the most walks in, getting the most points, getting the extra gift card. You have no idea how much those things that might seem small to you are impacting your team. So, number one, care about them or hire someone to care. Number two, be mission oriented. Keep reminding people and having them remind each other how the work that they're doing matters. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care if you're doing marketing for another company, if you are doing landscaping, if you are walking dogs, like, how is the work that you're doing matter in your community? Number three, tangible outcomes. Again, a lot of these make me laugh because they are like logical. They should be logical, but oftentimes they're missed by business owners. I have worked with many business owners who grumble and gripe about the dollars and cents of their business, and they do that to their employees. So, oh, revenue's down. Like, everyone should be bummed about that. Or, oh, profits up. Everyone should be excited about that. And sometimes they even overshare those numbers with their employees. And the kicker is that no one has any incentive to that compensation. No one's compensation is tied into how is revenue doing last quarter, how are profits doing next quarter projected. None of the employees are tied in, but the business owner shares them and tries to rally them around those numbers. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want people to care about top line or bottom line, you have got to tie them into that. When I got started again, I really wanted teammates who were going to stay for the long term. And so I said, well, they have to feel somewhat self-employed. They have to feel like they have an impact on their earnings. And I spent 2 years very diligently figuring out a system to report numbers to folks in a way that was meaningful for their role and tied in some compensation around that. Not everyone has to do an ESOP or a profit share or bonuses, but figure out something. Maybe for your team, when you get to 30 5-star Google reviews, everybody gets $100. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be big and it doesn't have to look a certain way. But if you want people to care about the numbers, it is just logical to say they have to have skin in the game. You have to tie them in to those successes. Again, it should be logical. It's almost funny to hear business owners talk about, well, and then I shared with the team that our revenue is headed up, and I thought everyone would be excited and no one seemed to care. Well, then take that as feedback and do something different. So again, number one, let's care. Number two, get people oriented around a mission. Number three, have tangible outcomes. If you want people to care about the numbers in the business, tie in something tangible for your team. I would love to hear if you're already doing this or if this is helpful and you want more guidance around it. Let's talk about it. That's what this channel is for. Let's get out from the isolation of being small business owners and get into community so we can scale together. You can find fulfillment on the other side of the grind, and let's do that together. Go ahead and hit subscribe and send me any questions, comments, or thoughts that you have. I'm here for it.